It's been almost 3 years since Governor Kathy Hochul was elected to a full term, after ascending to the role in 2021 when former Governor Andrew Cuomo resigned amid a sexual harassment scandal. Setting the stage for her re-election campaign next year, Hochul told New York One in an exclusive interview how she's facing challenges from all angles, but has more accomplishments to show than she did in 2022.
So what can I do as your governor, who's so proud to represent you?
Like changing New York's bail laws twice, getting the homeless in the subways connected to hospital beds, implementing cannabis law and congestion pricing after a pause, plus doling out tax credits to big businesses like Micron, and funding for a new Buffalo Bills stadium.
I would have said the right word. Go Bills.
All the while, Hochul is working on growing her national profile, including going to the White House to ask President Donald Trump to keep congestion pricing in place.
I'm not afraid to fight it. I'm not afraid, because that's my job as a New Yorker, and there's a certain, resiliency and toughness that I think all New Yorkers have, and he has and I have.
Then convincing him to reverse an Empire Wind project ban, and is now considering the construction of a massive natural gas pipeline project. But she's also slammed Trump for federal funding cuts estimated in the so-called Big Beautiful Bill.
Probably not doing the hiring we wanted to do, but right now we'll be able to manage that number. It's hard, but we'll make some sacrifices. But next year, we stand to lose $3 billion. And so they've cut a source of funding for our nursing homes and healthcare that is going to be devastating.
She wants to redraw the state's congressional lines early, even though the state's constitution currently bars it, to compete with GOP efforts to gain more seats in Congress.
I don't need to punch him on every single thing he does. If it has an effect on New York, I'm going to be loud and call it out and fight and mobilize and do whatever I can to stop it.
The governor has tried to address affordability, doling out a modest tax cut and individual checks to New Yorkers. Facing new poll numbers showing slight improvements, she needs help with independent voters, who say they support possible Republican gubernatorial candidate, Representative Elise Stefanik, over her. Hochul is also treading lightly when it comes to Democratic mayoral nominee Zohran Mamdani, newly defining the differences she shares with the Democratic Socialist.
There's got to be a reset with the police department. That's an area. I want to make sure that the Jewish community, feels safe, and that they'll be protected, that that anti-Semitism will not just be condemned but fought. So those are a couple of areas, but there's a lot of alignment and agreement on affordability.
While also promising to act as a shield for him from Washington, D.C., should he become mayor.
We prefer not to have the Trump's police, federal police, to come down here.
No, we're going to take care of that.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Thank you very much.
If he becomes the mayor, I will stand up and defend him against Donald Trump. You're not going to come in and walk over our elected officials. So I'll make it work. Trust us. NYPD, they know what they're doing.
A moderate Democrat who needs to appeal not just to Democrats, but also independent voters outside of the 5 boroughs. Hochul says she's keeping her powder dry when asked about an endorsement of Mamdani.
I will work with the next mayor like this. I need the next mayor, whoever it is, the current mayor, next mayor, whoever it is. They have to be successful, and a lot of that success comes to me.
And the idea of the governor having a good relationship with the mayor of New York City is something that Hochul's tried to tout, Bobby, ever since she ascended to the role, of course, highlighting the bad relationship between former Governor Andrew Cuomo and Mayor Bill de Blasio.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like she's been asked a dozen different ways at this point about endorsing Mamdani.
Right.
I mean, they both have nice things to say about each other.
Exactly. And actually Mamdani, our Kelly Mena asked Mamdani about what Hochul said, the many differences that she outlined. And he said, well, we also have many things that we share in common, without getting into the differences. And I think this nice relationship, or this nice outward, persona, they're trying to keep up because it benefits them at this point. We don't know if Mamdani will even win in November. And the governor tries to say, listen, I'm not going to jump to hypotheticals yet. She'll deal with any of these challenges when they come around.
One thing we no longer seem to be talking about is a Democratic primary next
Right.
year against Kathy Hochul. I mean, Richie Torres, congressman from the Bronx, just says he's no longer considering running. Antonio Delgado, her lieutenant governor, is running, but nobody seems to be, talking about that challenge.
Right. I mean, his name recognition is very low. He really stayed upstate for a good portion of his time in office. He has been posting on Twitter. He's started a Substack, actually, Bobby. But, if you look at the governor's polling, she's pretty strong in a lot of these areas. And although they've been slight movements, slight increases in certain areas, the bigger question is, how much does the Washington administration impact New York? Does it negatively impact Republicans? Right now, Elise Stefanik is benefiting from, I think the head-to-head poll in June showed her 23 points behind Hochul. Now this new poll shows her about 14% or 14 percentage points. Not really a massive margin, but still something to watch.
Yeah. All right, Bernadette Hogan, thank you so much for that report. It is time now for a break.